Ladies, welcome back.
Welcome to our channel.
Today, we're going to be talking about singleness, right? Let's get into it.
So a lot of you wonder if they're going to be single forever.
Life.
So today we're going to be addressing that. So in the Bible, there are certain individuals that are being selected by God and they were given the gift of singleness. So first of all, singleness is a gift. It is not a curse. And Apostle Paul says in Corinthians, I believe, he says, I wish all of you were as I am, which is, single. But the Lord has given different people different gifts. One person has this gift, another person has that gift. A lot of people were given different types of gifts. So not everyone has the gift of singleness. And a huge indicator that you do not have such a gift of singleness is that you would have this desire, this deep God-given desire to have a family, to be a husband, be a wife, to raise children, to enjoy that family life. And that is a deep desire from God. It's not a fleshly desire. And if that is the case, you truly desire that, then you do not have the gift of singleness.
And I'd say even if you desire intimacy, right? Like if you desire the other party, like even sex, I would say even that is not singleness right there. Because when you look at the gift of singleness, it's not like you want the other party. Because in the Bible, it says it's better that you marry than you burn with lust, right? So if you have the gift of singleness, you're not someone who's attracted to the other party, because how would that make sense? Your gift is to be single, and then at the same time, you're attracted to the other party. That's kind of a curse instead of a gift, right? And that is a key thing to keep in mind. So if you are someone who does have that, you're not even interested in certain things that married couples that are dating, people that even end up eventually dating the other party that they want. And I do want to make a key distinction, a key difference, right? It is important to note, just because you're struggling in the season, maybe right now you're struggling in finding a mate, finding a partner, you think there's no chance for you in the world, that doesn't mean you have to give the singleness. Because challenges do not mean you have to give the singleness. It comes from a place of your desire, not having that desire, in my opinion.
And even though you don't have the gift of singleness, you may have a season of singleness, which is what I have experienced prior to meeting my husband. I was single for 3 years after ending a very toxic long-term relationship. So during that 3 years, I've definitely wondered, hey, what if I never get to meet my husband? What if I'm going to be single forever? How exactly am I going to meet my husband? Just a lot of things, a lot of questions, negative thoughts that would come up. But ladies, that is really, really not helpful. It's working against you if you constantly think about the possibility of being alone forever and never having a husband. Why would you want to make your belief work against your desires? Why do you believe something that doesn't serve you? Why would you believe something that is not necessarily true? Because no one knows the future but God.
Yep.
So stop thinking about, hey, I'm going to be single forever. Stop preparing for being single forever. If you know in your heart of hearts, you want a family, you want to be a wife, you want to be a mother, you want to raise children, you want all of those things, then start preparing for that. Stop thinking about all these negative thoughts that doesn't serve you at all. And thoughts matters. What you speak to yourself internally, that matters. That creates a feeling, and that creates action. So words have meanings, and the words that you speak to yourself create certain feelings, and that feeling would either motivate you to get better, to learn more about dating, and to set yourself up for success, or the feeling will be negative and it would discourage you and it would make you upset and give up on being married. So ladies, that really, really matters what you believe and what you think and what you speak to yourself.
Yeah, and going on with the topic of your mindset, you have to understand that there's a chance you don't even have a season of singleness, but maybe your beliefs are keeping you single.
Ooh.
Because sometimes people have this narrative in their mind. I've fallen victim to this at times where it's like all girls are this or all guys are this, and if you already discredit someone, you don't even give them a chance, odds are that maybe instead of you being single, you can actually find a partner in that season, but your mindset is stopping you from even wanting a partner, because you tell yourself, well, if I get a partner, they're gonna cheat on me, you already give yourself all these notions to believe in, and you live out your beliefs. So maybe not even knowing, you have a certain face that the other party sees, like, oh, okay, this lady, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, she's not
You
that
can be over here
timely.
propelling all your options just because you have a certain belief deep down inside, and you're acting unconsciously on those beliefs that are actually hurting you. Maybe you actually meet a person, you start talking, oh no, you just want to say da, and you haven't even given the person a chance. So all I want to say is, yes, there are seasons of singleness, but at the same time, also study yourself and see if you're living by any limiting beliefs that are actually keeping you single, because odds are it can be either of those things.
And sometimes, like for example, sometimes you're supposed to be in the season for a very short period of time, but due to your limiting beliefs, due to your fear, due to certain actions that you're doing, that is keeping you in that season longer than you have to. For example, the children of Israel, God has freed them from slavery. He saved his people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt, out in the wilderness, and they were supposed to be in the wilderness for 40 days. But because of the fear, because the fact that they didn't believe in God, they didn't believe in the promise of God, they stayed in the wilderness for 40 years instead of 40 days. So sometimes we're prolonging the season of wilderness, the season of singleness.
100%. So please take heed to this video. We hope that you're not in a season longer than you need to be in it. I think we've had times in our lives where we were in seasons just because we didn't learn the lesson.
Yeah.
So ask God for the wisdom to understand what you're going through and to help you to grow from it and to actually be a new person on the other side of the trials that you may be facing currently. So I hope you guys have a good day, stay blessed, and take it easy.